Happy Beer Fun Friday. What are we going to do today? We're going to transfer two beers. One, the Belgium Golden Strong Ale, and the Oktoberfest Lagering. And we'll make a yeast starter. I think my first yeast starter is going to be off of harvested yeast, lager yeast, because I'm going to make an American lager tomorrow. And if it comes out real well, the yeast starter, because it'll be the first time with my stir plate, then we'll go ahead and do the California Ale liquid yeast that I got, make a yeast starter for that, to do the Grant Baker beer, which I modified the recipe a little bit because I got to looking through the grains, and you'll see that when I go to make that vid. I've got Crystal 90 and 120, and he's calling for, I think it was Crystal 60 or 40, one or the other. But I wrote it down, so. Cheers, happy not Homebrew Wednesday. It's Beer Fun Friday. So let's get to that. Okay, so before we start this thing, I got all the hops dried out. They actually dried out in about a day and a half. I got 5 pounds, or 5 bags, 1 gallon bags. Come out to right at 2 pounds. That's after the baggie weight was already tared in. So all them free hops, 2 pounds free hops, and I should be going out tomorrow and picking more before they get really brown and done for the year. But I'm going to brew beer instead, so I think I got enough to last me for a while. So I got the air squeezed out of them. I'm putting them in my kegerator that sits at 34, 35 degrees. So that was the hop haul after they're dried out. 2 pounds out of 5. So cheers, and let's get to this transferring. Okay, a quick clip of the space in my kegerator now after these 5 bags have been put in. We got 2 kegs there. That's the toasted amber ale. That's the honey biscuit ale, and that's the honey lager. Got all that, and then these regular pellet hops, well, not pounds, but ounces and ounces of them, and plus some yeast, and a few beers sitting in there, and a bottle of Jim. So yeah, let's get to this transferring before I get too drunk to do it. Cheers. Okay, quick clip. First thing I'm doing is I shook up the carboy. I've had it sitting with sanitizer for a few days now, but shook it up, and I'm draining it into this bucket, so I had everything to sanitize to put in. And it's also cleaning out my auto siphon, which already had sanitizer still in it, but anyway. Okay, so this is the Belgium Golden Strong Ale, and there was actually all the hops we put in this boil was in a muslin sack, but there was still hop residue all the way around the bucket. So that ought to tell you that putting them in muslin bags still works instead of throwing them straight into the boil, and it'll probably give you less hops as far as its sediment condition. And the reason I've done this is because we used the US-05 and T58 together to make a Belgium style golden ale instead of getting actual liquid yeast. So we're going to harvest that yeast to use for our next Belgium style beer, which will probably be another ale, more than likely. So yeah, let's get this transferred, and it's actually a beautiful color, and you can smell the alcohol coming off of it big time. Okay, as you can see, it is still a little cloudy, but it has only been today's day 5 or 6. It would be Friday, and we brewed it Sunday, so you can do the math. But it is going to sit in the carboy until it completely clears up, which will probably be by next week. So yeah, I'll do a hydrometer sample of this and see what it's down to so far. I'm guessing about 1012 or 1014, maybe a little bit less, and you'll definitely see that, because I'm actually going to go get a sanitized glass right now and take it off the top so I can taste it. Okay, so I went ahead and threw my hydrometer and well, the bubbler and the hydrometer flask in there. Probably most people ain't as sanitary as I am as far as sanitation wise. I'm not going to be putting this this hydrometer sample back in the fermenter. I'm going to be drinking it, but I still like to make sure I got all the beer or whatever was left behind from last time I washed it out, just so I don't want to be drinking no bad stuff, and I don't want to get sick off of something stupid. So yeah, cheers again. Okay, I'm not sure how well this is going to focus. To me, it looks like it fermented down to 1004, 1006 at the most. And that's after 1 week in the primary. So I'm guessing fermentation is done. And if it fermented down that far, I'm going to check the Beersmith program. Because that means the alcohol content is going to be way higher than they thought it was going to be. Because it was only supposed to ferment down to maybe 1011 to 1010. So they might be off. And I'm guessing I'm calling it 1004. Sorry, I'm starting to get drunk, so, and I still got another beer to transfer, the Oktoberfest, which is going to be great for my next month's homebrew club meeting. I'm gonna throw a quick tip in here. Glass carboys are a lot better, more durable, and last longer and easier to clean than the Better Bottle plastic carboys. That's the pro. The con is they are a lot heavier. So unless you got strength to pick up 5-gallon carboys or 6-gallon, 6.5-gallon carboys or bigger, some of them are bigger, then I suggest getting the Better Bottle. But these will definitely last longer as long as you're not drunk and drop one of them and break it with full of beer. So yeah, they're definitely easier to clean. The brush goes in them, sanitizer, it cleans everything. You can't scratch the inside of it at all, so that's my quick tip. Alright, so the hydrometer sample. Smells really good. Beersmith, I looked at it, it said it was supposed to ferment down to 1012. I went ahead and put in the 1004. It's still saying 8.8%. The flavors are coming off great, and the alcohol is coming off like it seems like it's overpowering it. But it smells really good. Like it smells almost like a sessional beer, but with the alcohol, like a barley wine. Oh yeah, you can taste the alcohol. It's high. Definitely classified as a strong ale. Definitely. I could see getting drunk off of a glass of this, or at least having a pretty good buzz. Yeah, I would almost consider that a barley wine, but it's a strong ale, so for sure. And I'm pretty sure it's over 8.8%. I made a 12%, it was actually 12.1% Irish red ale one time because I put too much grains in there. That was when I was first all grain brewing. It came out really good, but the heat on it was intense, and it was like a one-hitter quitter on one of these Hefeweizen glasses that I got, which are 23 ounce. One of those, and I was sitting on the couch about to pass out. I can't wait till that's actually cleared up and finished. It's got a good flavor to it. It's got a real good flavor to it. Minus the heat. The heat coming off of it, it's going to definitely be a not a sessionable beer. That definitely is not a sessionable beer. So it's good though. Time to transfer the lager. So let's do that. Alright, transferring the Oktoberfest. Let it sit in the fermentation chamber, drop the temperature down a little bit and get ready to cold crash it. And It's so cold. It's actually putting dew on there. But if you can see that, this beer is already clear. Really, really clear. I might go ahead and cold crash it for 1 week tonight. Drop the temperature down to about 38 to 40. Cold crash it. Let it sit for 1 week. And then go ahead and keg it. So, I mean, as you can see, it's like, it's clear. And I got my hydrometer sample ready to go. And I'll taste that on camera too. So there's a few hot particles that are coming up from the bottom. So that's why I'm gonna transfer it and then let it sit and then transfer it again to cold crash it probably. So we'll see how much more of this stuff comes up from the bottom. And can't wait to taste this, and you'll see that too just in a second. Alright, so it fermented down to what looks like maybe 1008, 1009 maybe. It's pushing right in the middle of 1008 and 1010. But that's it, absolutely clear as heck already. And the color is beautiful for an Oktoberfest. I was thinking about dry hopping it with the Halto and Tettnanger mix, but I think I'm going to let it go the way it is. And let's get this sample tasted. Alright, so I got the Oktoberfest hydrometer sample. Of course, I'm not going to pour that back in. I'm just going to drink it. And it is absolutely already clear. I imagine 1 more week of cold crashing it, it'll be about the clearest beer you can get. Yeah. Already off the nose. It smells like a nice, clean, easy drinking. Ooh. I should have made 2 batches of that at the same time. You know what? Nobody's going to get this recipe that I used. I modified this recipe for probably 3 years. To fine tune it. Now I will bottle some of this. Oh, definitely. I'll bottle some of this, and maybe I'll have another competition when I get 100 subscribers. I think this is better drink fresh, straight after I carbonate it, within a week or 2 after it's been bottled. As of right now, with the hydrometer sample, it's I think it was 5.6%. You couldn't tell that. That is by far the best Oktoberfest I've ever had. And if you don't believe me, we'll arrange some beer trades. When I get this bottled, I will send somebody a bottle of that. Trade a bottle for a bottle. That's good, not even carbonated. I almost want to put it right now in the keg, just the way it is. But no, I've never let a beer sit in fermenting buckets for a month. This one I am. So I'll let it sit for 1 more week, cold crash it, and it'll be ready just at time for Oktoberfest. Absolutely, yeah. Yeah. I can't stop drinking that. It's not even carbonated. That's good. I've got to save a little bit of that for Dave when he gets home, so he can taste it. It's unbelievable. Yeah, so we'll arrange something, send me a PM, and when I get both of these kegged, we'll do some beer trades. I'm not going to send out very many bottles of that. That's going to be like my prize, but I do got everything wrote down for that. I'm definitely going to make that one again. That fine-tuning it from the last time it just made it perfect. Like, I mean, it's like right there. That's like, you can't get no better Oktoberfest than that. Oh, man. Whew. And it's not even carbonated. It's not even carbonated. And I could drink that all day. Whew. Maybe I should take some of that out of that bucket and drink that for the rest of the night. Oh, well, I better not. Let it go. Let it go. Let it go. Alright, cheers. So we'll finish this up with the yeast starter for tomorrow's brew. And see you in a minute. Okay, so like a dumbass, while I was transferring the other beers, I didn't take my salvaged yeast from my other lagers that I made. Lager yeast that I washed, and you can see it's I harvested it July 26th, so it's been just a little over a month, but it's been sitting at 34, 35 in my kegerator, so it's good for sure. It should be good. And I didn't take it out of there when I first started transferring to make my yeast starter. So now I'm going to have to wait until it gets about room temperature or close to that to do the yeast starter for this brew tomorrow. So that just means I got to drink more tonight. Of course, it's Beer Fun Friday, baby. So I might upload this video before I do my yeast starter on this, and then I'll just do the yeast starter episode later on. So cheers and happy Beer Fun Friday. Thanks to all my subscribers. Thanks to anybody that leaves comments, likes. And we'll get to the yeast starter later on tonight. I'll video it and I'll upload it tomorrow. So cheers, peace.